massacre as one of us got 100 points and the other one has 2 injuries. Erling Haaland helped all triple captainers, while Morgan Rogers became the person we thought he was in game week 1. And there is a new boss in Liverpool, and his name is Hugo. My name is Tibs from the FPL Diamond Dogs with Sid from the FPL Diamond Dogs. Let's start the show. How?
Yo, Tibbs, why are you looking so sad and defeated, dog? I don't understand. I don't understand what happened to you this game week.
Yes! Because Sid, last game week, you said something. And can I tell you, you have set Tibbs up. Let's say it, guys. Sid, last game week, for weeks, has been like, yo, Tibbs, you know what I'm going to bring in? I'm going to bring in Bruno. You know what, Tibbs? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in Bruno. And then I'm like, I can't watch Man United go on their winning streak and let this man have Bruno and me not be involved. Then, the moment Tibbs bites into the trap, Sid's like, yeah, I sold Bruno already. I sold him already. And then what happens? Man, for the first time and probably since he's been at Man United, gets injured. What do you mean? What? Then all of our creative players are at AFCON. We're out here playing Martinez and Ugarte in the midfield because we have no midfielders. Sid, how dare you? How dare you? And then to make it worse, because like we're gonna get to it now, then the man free hits and dominates. So then all he did was just like the iceberg in the Titanic. I was the Titanic. I was the first to see around. I was everybody's golden child. And then Sid is like, whoop, iceberg just to derail my season. I see you, Sid.
No, okay, I think we need to talk. We need to talk because you
What I'm
did not
saying.
listen to me. Because if everybody here who listened to me last week could have understood what I said. Because you were out here going, no, Bruno is gonna do the things. Bruno is gonna be fine. You know, everything is gonna work out well for me. And I was like, wait, Tibbs, but you do realize when we had a long conversation about this scenario, and it wasn't just like 1 week. I said 2 weeks. I even said a strike three you out for me would be Bruno. I did say it, did I not?
Yes, yes, yes.
I said strike three you out for me would be a Bruno this week. If you have him, maybe you can trust
Keep
him.
him. Yeah, you said you
Yeah.
keep him. You said you
But I
don't
did
buy him.
say,
Yes, yes, yes.
I said don't buy him, but I did also say I would go with the strike three you out for Bruno. But hey, these clearly you and the other people around me don't want to listen because I called it. All the players that I said all the players that I talked about last week are all the players that performed this week.
That's
Even
true.
I
That is
even
true.
said Ikatike. I was like, yeah, look, I'm
You
going for
did.
Ikatike because I feel
You
like he's
said
got a
Morgan
goal in him.
Rogers.
I
You said
said Morgan
Rogers.
Rogers. I feel like Morgan Rogers against United. You're like, what are you talking about? United are gonna go 2-2 draw. I don't know what 2-2 draw you saw. It is what it is.
I did say that. No, these are all things I said.
Barring the one mistake I made, which was a Crystal Palace though. We need to have a conversation about Crystal Palace as a team,
Hey, man.
as a defense force. We need to have a conversation. Sadly, like Tibbs would
When the
say,
goals went in, man, I was like,
yeah.
"Woo." I'm glad I'm off of Munoz. Okay, well, Munoz got off of me, but I never got off of him. He decided, hey, I need surgery, my guy, and whoop whoop,
I'm not
gone.
even gonna lie to you. I made two transfers. I made
Oh,
two
me too.
transfers at the end of
Me
the,
too.
not even before the end of the game week. I made my two transfers because I was like,
I should have. I should have because I was priced out of one transfer by 0.1 if I brought in. I just waited for the game week to end, which thank goodness I did because I wasn't selling Bruno, and so 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 I can tell you Bruno's gone from my team.
oh, I
Spoiler
can tell
alert.
you also Bruno's gone from my team as well for
Yeah,
free.
yeah, yeah. Spoiler alert. Bruno. is no Hibibodo. He's never he's never in my team.
Yeah.
He's never in my team. But before
But
we go
I
on,
also want to
Sid,
say,
yeah, yeah.
your boy hit a century. Your boy hit a century.
Sid, you're gonna get there. Okay, cool. Okay, fine. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it now. Since I was gonna ask about how you felt, Arsenal, top of the tree, Christmas. You know, it's a beautiful time to be alive.
I feel like I told you. I feel like I've been saying this for the longest time. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
I'm
Now,
just saying, Sid.
when it comes to the new year, I don't know. Like
Hey,
I'm not here. Like New Year, we play Villa, we play Liverpool. I don't know. Suddenly things might change, but
ah,
Christmas, come Christmas Day, we're top. That's all I cared about. Now the real, like I said last week, now the real league starts.
okay. And remember, on game week 18, we're gonna go redo our top
You
20 to
mean
see
19 because 18 is this
19.
week.
I mean 19. Game week 19. Yeah, yeah. So at halfway, we're gonna do our top 20 of the Premier League to see how different we were from game week one, and then who is actually right at the end of the season. But as Sid so eloquently said, we have to go through tragically.
No,
Um,
no, no. But
what
wait. I have an intro for this. Don't worry. You don't worry. I have an intro for this. I know you
take us
love to.
away,
I know
Sid.
you love to give intros, but let me give the people what they want, because I don't know if anybody knows. We have this problem that goes on. We have this problem that goes on in this in within this podcast, where whenever I do well, Tabani doesn't show up. He doesn't show up. He doesn't want to show his face. So this week, before the game week even ended, I was like, "Yo, dog, how you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm good." I'm like, "By the way, we have to shoot on Tuesday. Like, I don't want to hear no ifs, buts, and maybes. Because Tabani still had a chance within this game week at that point in time. So I made sure that it was the right time of the game week, so that Tabani felt like he still had a chance, and I made him commit to a time. Now, all you girls out there that might be dating Tabani might think that this man doesn't commit, but hey, he committed to this.
Lies and blasphemy.
So,
Yeah.
without without delay, I'm gonna become quiet now, because this is the first time in a while because normally Tapani, like I said, is not here, so I get to be quiet for the first time in a while.
Can I say before we begin, Sid is setting me up. I knew he said it because then all of a sudden, man is on Sunday. No, there's a whole game week. He's like, yeah, Tuesday we have to shoot. And then on the Monday, man is like, yo, Tibbs. Now he's phoning me. Now man is phoning me, man. Man is phoning me, trying to check up. I'm like, my man, I said I was gonna be there on Tuesday. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. But yes. So you see how fun it is, Sid. You see how fun it is. But yes, so this game week, I'm gonna say it was it was a poor game week for me. Um, because the average was 66 and I got 65. It was one of those game weeks where you kind of it was hard if you never had a chip because it was one of the game weeks, only two more game weeks before your chips expire. It is a game week where a lot of people use their, like said, their free hits. Other people use their triple captain in Haaland, which ended up being great this game week. So it was a game week where with someone without a chip, I was always facing possible red arrowness. And that's what happened this week with an average of 66. But I did get 65, which wasn't terrible. But I have Dubravka with two because Pope is still injured. So I really think I might have to address my keeper situation because Dubravka is not doing it at all. Timber, ever consistent, six. Vanderberg, I've really enjoyed hoisting him. Got me a nice seven. And Sensi with Bournemouth. Can I tell you what was happening? Life was happening so nicely. This man was on like 13 points. I was watching him. The clean sheet was coming. He had his two DEFCON. He was on bonuses. We were on like a good 13. And then in the last 5 minutes, Bournemouth decided to concede. So forget you guys. So he ended up getting me four. Wilson, one of my injuries, got injured, taken off, and got 2 points for Fulham. So that's a problem I have to deal with. Saka got me three. Minte got me three. Bruno Fernandez somehow got injured for something that was, he got me 1 point. Foden got me three, but was, I think, a bit unlucky. Haaland saved my whole game week with 32 as captain, and Thiago got me two. And then Pope on my bench is still injured. Reece James got me seven on my bench. Okay. Giu got me zero, and Ronaldo is playing there in Morocco instead of being in my team because he's an AFCON. So that's kind of so. Tibbs had two injuries and two players injured on his bench. One player on his bench who doesn't play, and Reece James. So my team is kind of in trouble with me using. Well, now all of used my five transfers, and now I've used two of my additional transfers I got. So I'm transferless, and my team is still in trouble. But you know what? I only missed the average by one, so we rise. We rise. Take it away, Sid.
So, it's been a good game week, I won't lie. I got 103 points for my free hit. Yeah, Tibbs, don't worry, you can disappear. It's okay. I know that's what you actually want to do. I got 103 points for my free hit. And yeah, if people listen to me, they would have heard about Roofs about like 10 game weeks ago when I said, hey guys, for a cheap keeper, this man is doing the numbers. But no one wanted to listen. He got me 7 points. Timber got me 6 points. I brought in O'Reilly, got me 6 points. Gay's the only one where I was very afraid for a second, but luckily he ended up with some DevCon points and he managed to save himself in some way to give me 1 point, because otherwise he would have been on minus something. So, with the amount of goals he let in. Foden, 3 points, unlucky. Semenyo, 10 points, great. Saka, 3 points. Rice, 11 points. Rogers, 15 points. Ekitike, 9 points. Haaland, as my captain, 32 points. This goes to prove as to why Tibbs is ahead of me this season. It is just one player, because I refused to captain him for 4 to 5 game weeks. And that's why every game week he consistently got 10 points, like 10 or 12 points ahead of me, because Haaland was doubling his score. And I was hoping and praying for other people to do the things. But now when I've succumbed to understanding that, you know what, in Haaland we trust, now Tibbs has gone from an 80-point deficit to 30 points. And you guys tell me how that happened. But I'm going to just say, hey, bro, I've got a 700k green arrow this game week. I literally 3 game weeks ago I was sitting in the 3 millions. Now I'm sitting in the 900,000s. So all I'm here to show you guys is anything is possible. If you guys want to come below a million, just listen. Go for the differentials. Go for the right times to choose your chip strategies, because if everybody's doing a chip strategy, doesn't mean you have to do a chip strategy on that same day. And if you're chasing, you got to look for an alternative day. Everything is a differential day, and I chose my differential of a free hit at the right time. So
No, that's it. I'm not gonna lie to you. And my biggest one, I will say, Rice was the God's one, and to be fair, but and I think everybody and their grandmother, because spoiler alert, um, they're gonna bring in Hugo Ekitike, and I can tell you, he's in my team.
yeah, he's
So
already in my
I'm just
team.
I'm gonna let you know. So I think Hugo was someone, especially now that Isaac sadly he broke his leg. I think he had surgery, and broken leg is usually like, like between 6 to 10 weeks out, depending on how bad the break
More. It's end
is.
of the season.
Yeah,
He's not coming back till
yeah.
till next season.
Nah, I think maybe 3 months. 3 months you could recover from a broken leg.
And 3 months from now is what?
Next March. Yeah. He can march on, you know?
Three
The
months,
season ends today.
like it's gonna
Season
be.
ends.
Listen,
Yeah.
when they to repair, this is now where the medical side of me is gonna come in and
Hey,
talk
I'm
to you.
just letting, I
And
don't know
when
these
it
things.
comes to just for the bone to heal for the thing, we're looking at like 6 to 8 weeks, just for the
Yeah.
bone to heal. Before we even considered rehab or anything like that, it's 6 to 8 weeks. And if that's all, if everything heals perfectly, then after that, we're gonna look at another 4 to 6 weeks for rehab. So you're looking at reality is more like 12 to 16 weeks.
Okay.
So which is
Hey,
like
Sid.
April. And do you really want to bring your player back from a broken leg to come play full? And then also you're gonna look at like he's gonna come be bled back on. So realistically, that it's a season. It's over. It's over for a season.
I paid 140 million for him. That he better run on that field. He better get on that field. Is what I'm going to. I don't keep it on one leg. He can hop along if I'm paying them. But yeah, no. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's good. So then that I think also not good. Obviously, it's very sad for Isak,
Yeah.
who who everyone like thought that he was the change for Liverpool. Like he's been the Premier League's top, like one of the top strikers in the Premier League for the past 3-4 seasons. Super sad happening for him, but for fantasy, it kind of means that now that means that Ekitike gets a full run as a Liverpool number 9, and he has probably been one of the just not even Liverpool's best signing, but for the league, has probably been one of the top 5 best signings in the league this season. Of
Yeah.
he is the only person that seems to care in the Liverpool team. Everyone else has given up hope, but him and possibly Allison and maybe Sabozlai. Everybody else in that team has probably gone a step down from what they were last season. So speaking of that, because that's exactly where we're going to our favorite segment of Call Up, Trust, Believe, and Strike Three, you out. So Call Up is, to be fair, everybody who should be listening to for Sid. Because Sid seems to know where the party's at. So the official party planner Sid is out here trying to call up people, telling them this is the spot and these are the people that are going to make the spot happen. Trust is something that I should not have done in Sid. I should not have trusted Sid whenever he told me to do whatever he
I
told
never
me to
told
do.
you to do anything. I never
I
told
should
you to
never
bring
have
in Bruno.
trusted you.
Bruno was
Everyone else should
no.
trust
Before
Sid,
we
but not
continue,
me.
no. Before we continue, Bruno was my differential, and I told you when you brought him in, I told you, dog, I'm gonna sell him soon. So I don't know what you're doing sitting here with Bruno. You're the one who is just getting upset about Bruno being in my team and Mbuemo, and I'm gonna tell you right now, spoiler warning, because I know who one of your players that you're looking at. Don't. Don't. Just don't. Just
Sid,
just don't.
Sid,
Just don't.
the chances have been made, Sid. Chances have been
No.
made. believe, believe is what I had in my team and my players, and I've clearly believed in the wrong people because of such situations. Of Reece James is still in my team, and strike three, you're out is for everybody who is not who's injured or still at AFCON or basically shouldn't be in your team anymore. Where sadly Reece James is still in my team, even though I've said he strike three out probably twice. But call up. So the 2 players that I've called up to my team, I'd say the third person you should try to call up. I couldn't afford him. I missed it by 0.1. But the person I missed from 0.1 that I wanted to bring in was Roofs, the goalkeeper. I Sunderland are just a team. Sunderland are just a really, really strong team, defensively at least. And they are, I think, second yet tied third for most clean sheets in the season. He gets save points because they are a strong defensive team, so they still get save shots against them because it's not like a really good team. And he's the highest scoring keeper in the game right now. So he is the cheap keeper that everyone sort of looks for at the start of the season. That's going to get you your save points, but will also get you clean sheets. So I think that he is the keeper that you should be going for. And the moment I can get more funds, because Tibbs is broke, spending all his money on his Christmas presents. Tibbs will be buying roofs. But the two players Tibbs decided to bring in. I did listen to you, Sid, so I did not bring in Palmer. But I brought in Hugo Ikitike and a rather differential surprise pick in Anthony Gordon.
Okay, I like Gordon. I like the Gordon shot.
Yeah, he
I
was
went a bit different though.
yeah.
My call ups. The one I'm still contemplating because it will be a minus. I'll take a hit for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still deciding because I am stuck because obviously with the free hit for Crystal Palace, I am stuck with free hit for my team last week. I am stuck with two Crystal Palace players that I don't want. And I had to take because I saw the price rise happening for Semenyo and Ekitike. I had to, and I saw the price drop happening for Bruno. I had to get rid of my players. So yeah, I got rid of Bruno and I got rid of Thiago because yes, Thiago's fixtures do look good, but over like a 5 game week period, I think Liverpool's fixtures are nice before they play Arsenal. Um, and I do think Liverpool could go on a run over the next few game weeks to kind of. And I think Ekitike might be because Salah's not there, so they need a talisman, and I think Ekitike is that talisman that's going to happen for them over the next few game weeks. That's looks like their only realistic goal scoring outlet over the next few weeks. So yeah, that's why I had to go for Ekitike, and then Semenyo is another character where I always chop and change on him. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a season where I think it's gonna chop and change, but Bournemouth's fixtures don't look bad. Realistically, I'm looking at Bournemouth's fixtures. They're playing Brentford, Chelsea, and then they're playing Arsenal. So I think Brentford and Chelsea, Arsenal's a different fixture altogether. So I don't know what to say about it as of yet, because obviously I'm going to be a little bit biased towards Arsenal as an Arsenal supporter. But for the Brentford and the Chelsea games, I do think Semenyo could be an interesting pick. So yeah, that's why I've gone for Semenyo. Also, just because he is quite heavily owned by like 46%, so in the league and in total. So if I am to climb the ranks, I need to have some of the heavily owned players. Otherwise, I can't go too differential at this point because now I'm in the 900,000, so I can't go like crazy differential after like.
Yeah, it's rough at the top, eh? It's rough at the top, eh? Come up here, Sid. It's up here.
But yeah, so yeah, Semenyo, and Ekitike, but I would say the other option for a defender I'm really contemplating is O'Reilly.
Oh yes, yeah. No, same, yeah. I also think O'Reilly's a good one, and I think he said something very important with the Ekitike thing, which is kind of the same reason why I went for Gordon, is that yeah, I think over this Christmas festive period, there's sometimes you have to take some players for the long term, but then also realize that like you're not gonna keep like you're only gonna really keep like your Haalands and like okay, there's no like but defenders like if Gabriel was fit, like your Gabriels, those are the type of people you'd want to keep long term because you know that at the end of the season they're gonna be like top two, top three in fantasy for their position. So for the other positions, some people are gonna be hit hot streaks and hot forms. Like so you have to then obviously like we also said how people go fixture changes and whatever. So you have to sometimes target the fixture change for certain players, and that's kind of why I went for Gordon is because he is the penalty taker, and then their next few games are their next game is Man United, and we got no players. We got like I said, our midfield was Agate, it is Agate, Martinez, Then we put on some teenagers that I've never heard of in my life. So we were struggling for fixtures. Then it's also Burnley is there, Crystal Palace is coming up, Leeds is coming up, and Wolves are coming up. So those are Newcastle's next five fixtures, and he is the penalty taker. And he is okay. Obviously, Voltemada is the leading striker, so I could have gone for him, but I don't want to double up on the Newcastle attack because, like you said, of Liverpool also have good fixtures. So I kind of wanted to just go for both of cool. That's how I got Ikatike. And then there's no real Liverpool midfield I want. So that's also why my call ups
So
are the
why wouldn't you suggest going for Voltemade and playing three up front for the next three to
no, I
four game
would.
weeks?
I need for that to happen. Tips is broke already, Sid.
No,
I'm
but I
still
mean
broke already.
you would downgrade your one of your midfielders to like one of the cheapest bench options, and
Yeah, I
then
know. I know. No,
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 I'm just asking for the people, Doug. No one,
oh, oh,
for
that
the
is
people.
my,
If someone has a
hey,
transfer,
oh, yes, yes, for the people. No, 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 that's definitely, oh, that's what my plan is. Oh, that is my plan in the next game week or two, is that I am going to decide between Voltemada or Bowen, because they're around the same price. So that's going to be my next transfer cycle of in the next game week or two, is I'm going to decide between Voltemada if I want to double up on Newcastle attack or see if Bowen and West Ham change their vibes. So I am gonna bring in one of those two in the next game week or two, and I'm gonna downgrade Saka to Rice. I'm just copying a team basically. I'm
I
gonna
know.
downgrade.
You've been copying my
Yeah.
team for most of the season, so it's
So
fine.
yeah, I'm gonna downgrade. I'm gonna downgrade Saka to Rice, and then I am going to get either Bowen or Valtamada to go for three up front. So over the new year, for the next at least 4 or 5 game weeks, I will be going three up front, just because of the slew of fixtures. That means defense might not be as strong because people could be tired. So I just think there'll be a lot more goals
see,
over this Christmas period. So
see,
I
I've got a
want,
different idea.
yeah.
I've got a different idea that I'm gonna play probably four at the back.
Yeah, I might pay 4-3. I might pay 4-3-3. Yeah, because I'll have too cheap to. I'll have because I can't sell Harry Wilson yet because there's no one to sell him to because he's so cheap. So then I also might just have three like really strong midfielders, four defenders, and three up top.
Yeah, because
I
I was
think that
thinking
that
about
is
my thing is also to maybe downgrade Saka to a cheaper midfielder, and
yeah
then going for Gabriel when he come because Gabriel said to come back
in
uh
January.
for the Villa game. They're saying that Gabriel
Okay.
might be playing the Villa game. I'm just waiting for that news. Because I do think going double Arsenal for January might be a good shout, and
Okay.
then double Arsenal defense for January plus Rice as my midfielder, and then yeah, or I might go York and Rice like my team suggests.
Hey, hey, man. Hey, and to be fair, like this is the time I'm gonna actually have sits back because I remember at the start of the season I made fun of him. Gyökeres was on penalties. So I can't even no, like I remember at the start of the season when Saka took a penalty, Tibbs made a whole hoo ha 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 about it, like he does. So he was on penalty, and it wasn't a bad penalty. It wasn't a bad penalty. I still think Saka is better if we had to be a
No,
bit
I
picky
agree.
about it.
Saka is better, but I think this is it's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is like Havertz's first season playing for Arsenal, where Arsenal kind of whenever there was a chance to gift him a goal, they'd gift him a goal to
Yeah.
give him that like confidence going
Confidence
forward.
booster.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
like Arsenal's not like your other clubs, not like your Man Uniteds and your Chelseas and whatever, where we just like we're a family, you know, like you know what they say in Fast and Furious, it's for the family. It's a part of the family. We're about being a family at the end of the day. Some people may get the axe, but they're still a part of the family at heart.
all right, Sid, you and your nonsense. All right, cool. So, the person I'm gonna trust, who am I gonna trust? Well, I'm, I'm, I have to say this of because he's brand new to my team, but I'm actually gonna trust Hugo Ekitike. I'm gonna captain him this game week, where I definitely think that he's playing Wolves at home, and Holland is playing Nottingham Forest away from home. Nottingham Forest, since Sean Dyche has come in, they've had. Let me just go through their results since where's Crystal Palace? Yeah, there we go. Since Nottingham Forest have come, uh, they've been good. Okay, why is my phone frozen?
Do you
Okay,
want
my
me to go
phone's
through
frozen.
it?
Yeah, wait now, go through it now. Ah, there we go. Um, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, just go through it. Yeah, yeah.
So Nottingham Forest's fixtures over the last few weeks have been. Let's start. When did Sean Dutch come in?
Probably game week. Probably like 8 game weeks ago at least. Before the last international game break, I remember they got him in. Well, since they started winning, because I think the old guy lost every game.
Well, okay. Then it's like November
Yeah,
because in November they lost all games, and in October they lost all their games. So November
yeah,
they drew
yeah,
with United 2-2, not
yeah,
too hard. They beat
yeah,
Leeds 3-1.
yeah.
They beat
They beat
Liverpool
them.
3-0. They lost to Brighton 2-0 in November. Then December they beat Wolves 1-0. They
Yeah,
Everton beat them 3-0. They beat Spurs 3-0. Fulham beat them 1-0. And then yeah.
yeah. So they're not the whipping boys.
Yeah.
Like they're not a team. So that's the thing. Of Sean Dyche has brought a bit of solidity back to them, and a lot of those games which people don't recognize, which you will find if you correspond their losses, is because they also are in Europe. So they still don't have a big enough squad to play Premier League and Europe, where you kind of see if they kind of don't have to play that. They've actually been pretty strong and pretty resolute at the back. So they would have had a whole week's rest. Because yeah, they're not playing midweek.
Yeah.
So that means they'll be very good at the back. Fulham had to score a penalty. So I don't think there's gonna be a lot of goals in this game where I definitely think that Wolves can't do anything. And Ekitike at home, I think, has a brace awaiting for him. So I think that this is one of the game weeks with Holland going away from home. I think this is one of the game weeks where you can possibly not captain him. So I am trusting in Hugo Ekitike because I'm going to actually bring him in to just be the boss of my team. Who are you going to trust, Sid?
Whom am I gonna trust? Ooh, that's interesting. I'm gonna trust. I think I like realistically this game week. It's a tough one. Um, Hold on a second. But I think I'm gonna trust in my boy Semenyo.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I just think with Semenyo, like, actually no, wait, I lie. I'm actually gonna trust in Lacroix and Gay more than Likey.
Ooh, double Crystal Palace defense.
No,
Let's go.
one of them is gonna play, and then because I have Tio from United playing from Newcastle,
Newcastle.
so he's probably gonna play. It's probably gonna be a Timber, one Crystal Palace defender, and Tio or
Yeah.
Tao or however you say his name. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna trust one of the Crystal Palace defenders because Tottenham.
What a team. What a team. How
Tottenham are
how
only 3 or 4
how
points
do you
off a relegation battle. You know that, right?
no, no. Honestly, I was telling that to my Man United friend when we were discussing when you're watching us lose to Villa, and I'm like, you know what? At least we're not Tottenham. Is
No,
all I
sorry.
that was. Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Tottenham are like 9 points off. Sorry, 9 points off
Nah,
a
nah, but
relegation.
yeah, yeah, no, they're not. But I'm like, at least we're not Tottenham. You know, that's the only positive I can say about United right now. Of last season, we were well, we were brothers. We were brothers in struggling arms. We were brothers in
Hey,
struggling
I
arms.
wouldn't be celebrating so hard because you are 13 points off the relegation battle and you have no players.
Right?
Like absolutely zero players. So in 4 game weeks, we could be having a different conversation.
We are gonna rise.
Cause you
My
guys are
boy
playing in
Martinez
4 game
Cunha is gonna
weeks.
come forward. Mason Mount Kilimanjaro is gonna come forward. Our signing Shesko is gonna finally do something.
Hey, I don't
We
know because I think maybe against Wolves, Wolves might get their first win of the season against you guys.
I swear if we do that. I swear. But in saying that, it's confirmed by Fabrizio Romano that Antoine Semenyo is gonna leave Bournemouth in the January transfer window.
Yes, I know.
There are 4 clubs because his release clause gets activated before the has to be activated before the 10th of January.
Jan, yeah.
So there are 4 clubs in with Antoine Semenyo: Tottenham,
No, Tottenham are
Man
pulled away.
United.
Tottenham are
Tottenham
pulled
pulled
away.
away. Okay, but it was 3 teams. Then it's Man United, Liverpool, and some other random team. I don't even remember.
Oh, it's just
But
you know it's the one. It's the one that is apparently the most successful team in in the history of the league.
yeah, so I'm just letting you know that we could be I don't know, but
No, I
I'm
don't.
just
No,
saying,
no. I
just
don't. No,
saying,
I don't. I don't think you guys.
just saying.
I'll be
So
honest.
believe.
I'll be honest. No, I don't think so.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So my belief is in one man, and his probably gonna have his last game week in my team. So just let's end off with on a high note. Um, so it's Martin Dubravka. He is like he is a good backup and like he is good for prices or whatever. But just because of Newcastle's fixtures, I definitely think that Pope, when he gets fit, is gonna be the keeper. Like Newcastle have a good defense, so when Pope does come back, and I don't want to spend transfers on keepers, so I would much rather like just upgrade my reserve keeper until Pope comes back, and then I just slot Pope back in and just have rotating keepers. So Martin Dubravka, you're playing Everton. They have lost all their players to AFCON.
Wouldn't it
Okay,
have
not all
just
their
made
players,
more
they played.
sense to? Wouldn't it have just made more sense to downgrade Pope for now, and then when you have a wild card, don't waste the transfer. Just wait till wild card to get back to Pope,
I
because
said
it's not like Pope is coming back in a game
that
week or two.
is that that could be a good idea,
But
which
now
I
you're
might
just gonna
do.
lose value.
So I might think of that, but that's a next week problem. So that's a next week situation. No, I said Dubravka starting, but that is actually a good idea. So you see that's how we have this podcast. That's because we make decisions. This is me airing out my decision making process, and you know what? That could be a good solution to Tim's problems. So I actually might think of that this game week. But if I don't do that, then I still believe in you, Dubravka, because Newcastle I'm not Newcastle. Everton have lost. They have lost Ndai to the Afcon, and they've lost their midfielder. Forget their midfielder's name, and they also Dewsbury Hall is injured. Grealish has done nothing. So they, as a team, are devoid of attacking threat and attacking options. So now is your time to rise and step up as Tibbs' number one goalkeeper at home and get your second clean sheet of the season. That is what I'm asking from you. And I believe that this game week, you are the keeper that everyone should be looking out for. So, Dubravka, I believe in you.
Okay. I just believe in one man and one man only for this game week.
Who?
He's the apple of my eye, the star to my moon. He is Mr. Bukayo Saka.
All right, cool. You'll see how much you believe in him if he's your captain. But strike three, you're out. I'm just saying, I'll believe in him. Then if you believe in him so much, if you believe in him so much, if he's the apple of your eye, Why don't you make them the number one? The number one
He
in
is
your
the
house.
number one. He is number one.
Fair, fair, fair. So strike three out. Both of us took out Tiago.
Yeah.
So that's one of my strike three outs. It's not like if you don't have to take him out, don't take him out. But yeah, for us, it's just like over these tight fixtures, he just doesn't have fixtures. Like over this Christmas period, he just doesn't have the fixtures compared to the other center forwards.
Yeah.
Where Voltemada and Bowen are similar prices to him. They're like maybe like 0.4, 0.5, slightly more than him. But they just have better fixtures than he does over this packed period. And then also, like, yeah, we needed money for Ekatike. If you wanted to go for Ekatike, you needed to get funds and make money. So
Well,
sadly, that
I have my strike through you out that you're not willing to admit at this point in time, or say out loud. But now I can finally say it with chest.
and then Bruno
Bruno
Fernandez.
Fernandez, you are out.
And it was so sad. And we were doing so well. Like like we were like I actually believed that like you see, and Sid is right. It's a beautiful time being a Man United fan and Sid watching us of we were hating life. Then we had some belief. But like we weren't like believing. But like, we had joy in our hearts. We had joy in our hearts. We weren't happy, we had joy. And then it just evaporated. Just in one hamstring. One hamstring can just evaporate all the happiness and joy. Then I saw Dello with the captain's armband. I'm like, what is happening to my club? It's a yeah, it's a sad situation that Dello's our vice captain. But yeah, so my strike three out is Thiago. And also, oh, Harry Wilson. If you guys all jump in the Harry Wilson train. Man also man also got injured. So hey. So two of the people I wasted all of my 5-7 transfers on whoop, whoop, hamstring. So those are my strike threes. Yeah.
I will also say the one strike three you out that I might. It's not an official strike three you out, but it's not a. But I would be watching him and getting if you have him. Would be Morgan Rogers.
Yeah.
Reality is okay. Let's be honest. 10 game weeks. They've won 10 games in a row.
Yeah.
Does anyone really believe that that's going to continue for another 10 games?
Hey,
Because if they do it, if they go 20 games
That's the
unbeaten,
real.
if they go 20 games unbeaten, they've won the league. I'll be honest, right now they've won the league,
No, no, I get you.
and
No, no.
so yeah, I don't know. I don't think, and I also think with the fixtures that they've got coming up, they've got
Oh, they're very
Arsenal,
tough.
they've got some really tough fixtures coming up, and they're
Yeah,
not at
Chelsea.
home.
Yeah, they
That's the
got.
big.
Let me look at their fixtures. They have. They have Chelsea next week. They have Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace, Everton, Newcastle.
Yeah,
Like those aren't, even if they are wins, they're not big score lines. So
yeah,
even if they're not wins, they're not big score lines. And he has done well, but then it's kind of the thing of we said about fixture swings. Those were Aston Villa's good fixtures. The reason why they started slow was because they started off their schedule with really strong fixtures, and that's why they started off slow. Then they went into their easy fixtures, and then they got their points. And so he got his points. So to now chase, that's the one thing that people shouldn't do is start chasing points.
mm,
Now the fixtures don't make sense to go for him, and he will. And yeah, if you watch the Man United game, his shots were like shots, like they weren't well created goals. They were I'm by myself. I'm gonna curl this thing top right hand corner, and so the team doesn't create a lot, but they find ways to win, and they will find ways to win. But I don't know if he is gonna return. We could be wrong. I don't think he's gonna return as well as he has done in the past. past six fixtures
Yeah.
where he's had slightly better fixture run. So
Hmm.
I agree with that analysis. So let's go through predicting, since Sid has clearly just also knows ball, predicting Man United's downfall.
That wasn't
Let's
hard. That's not hard.
okay. I couldn't see it, Sid. I couldn't see it coming. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, I mean,
Let
let's start off with the first game week, the Boxing Day fixture, the one to really start the game week and get it
Yo,
going.
I'm so sad. Can I tell you how sad I am? Of I'm gonna be there, coming back with my family, full of food. Life is gonna be great. And then they're like, yeah, Man United, let's go and play Newcastle. So for the first time in probably like 7 weeks, I'm gonna predict Newcastle to win 3-1.
Yeah, I'll go even 3-0.
No, 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 no. We're gonna get a goal.
I don't think you guys will get a goal.
We're gonna get a goal, Sid. I believe. No, no, but to be honest, like this is not even like a thing of. If you saw the Man United game, you saw like how we had to play a midfield of Ugarte and
And okay, fine. A week
Martinez.
later, 5 days later, who are you playing?
I know, and then
Unless
we had to
unless
bring
you unless you've come up with suddenly a whole new midfield and you've gone to
no.
the
Okay,
you.
well, Casemiro is coming back from suspension. So
Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot the 41-year-old is coming back to help you against
he's like
one of
26,
the
Sid. Like
strongest
26.
midfields, one of the strongest midfields in the league. It's like I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would go as far as to say like Chelsea, Arsenal, and Newcastle have the hardest, like the toughest midfields in the league.
Oh, that is true. Newcastle probably have one of the better midfields in the league. Like easy, one of the top four midfields in
And
the
you
league.
guys
Yeah.
you guys battle when you play against teams with the real midfield. So I don't know what you I don't know where you
I
think
said 3-1, Sid. I said we're
I,
losing 3-1.
so
Why can't you
I'm
give
just
me a call? Why can't you
understanding.
give me a call?
No. I can't give you the goal because the goal I don't see where it's coming from.
Well, I see it. I
Where?
see it. I don't know where it's
Who's
coming from.
scoring it? Who's scoring it?
Cunha. There we go. Cunha is gonna score. Cunha is gonna score a
And
header
how is he going to get the ball to score?
from a corner.
Okay,
Hey, we are.
how are you going to get to that corner?
Someone's gonna do something. Someone's gonna do something.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
have you
say
don't have the
3-1.
Rashford, hey? You don't have that Rashford
No, we have. We
pace.
have. We have. Who do we have?
You don't have Ganacho because you sold
We
him.
don't. We don't need. We don't need Canacho. We've got Mason Mount. That's who we have. We have
Another
Mason.
36-year-old.
Hey, he's like 29. He's like 29. Maybe that's like 29. I don't. You must stop tuning my O's. Anyway, we both said Newcastle win.
Yeah.
3-1, 3-0. All right, cool. Man City versus Nottingham Forest. I think it's gonna be. I want to say 1-1. I want to say a draw. I want to say a 1-1 draw, and I'm going to say a 1-1 draw.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Forest.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a 1-1 draw. Yeah, like I said, Forest have never, whenever they get a week's rest, they've never lost. Since Deitch has been around, they only ever lose whenever they've come back from Europe. So they're a very resolute team. City do struggle to break down team like Arsenal because Holland's one of those strikers. As I think that's also why you struggle with your crits up front. When you have like a striker that's a striker, it's very hard to break down the low block. And I think that they are going to struggle with that, and that's why they are going to draw. I think, but since says 2-1 loss, yeah.
2-1 loss. I think it's gonna be a 2-1 loss.
Arsenal, Brighton. I think the same as the previous result. I think Arsenal are just gonna win 1-0.
I think
I
it's a
think,
1-1 draw.
yeah, no, I just think Arsenal, which is actually I think very good for Arsenal, is they're going obviously with the injury crisis. They are just knowing how to get over the line. They are just figuring out how to get over the line, and they've been lucky, people would say, or not dominating, not lucky. They haven't been dominating fixtures, but they've been getting results. And I think that that's until they get their back line pretty fit. I think that that's how they're going to continue playing this. Oh, sorry. That's how they're going to continue playing until the end of the season. Is that they're going to just carry on. There's not going to be a lot of 2-3-0 type of things. They're going to sort of just break a team down, finally get a goal, and life goes on. So yeah, I say Arsenal 1-0. Why do you say they're going to draw, Sid?
We played like we're playing today.
Oh, that's fair.
We're playing literally today, and like
Yeah, you're playing in like 30 minutes. Oh, 10 minutes.
yeah, we're playing in like 10 minutes, and we played on Saturday.
That's
Uh,
Saturday.
and we're playing again on Saturday. And then we're playing. I think we're playing Champions League again next week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty
No, no,
sure.
no Champions League. There's no Champions League. There's no Champions League is
Well, I don't know. We're playing something again.
no yeah, next game week is the 19th. So the next game week is Tuesday.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
have
Sorry, so yeah. So
the
we
next
play
game week is
again. We're
Tuesday.
playing next week Tuesday against Villa. So
Yeah.
3 days later again we're playing Villa.
Oh, that's
Um,
actually a tight turnaround, actually. Now I
yeah,
think
like
about it.
I genuinely think Arsenal are playing. So
I
we're
think you
playing
guys are
Palace
playing your whole
today.
back four this game week. You're playing
Yep.
Calafiori, Lewis Skelly, Saliba, and Timber now.
Yeah,
Then
we're
you're gonna
playing.
play on Saturday, and then you're gonna play on Tuesday.
Yeah, and then we're gonna play again 3 days later against Bournemouth, and then we play Liverpool on the fifth on the 8th of Jan.
Ooh,
5 days later.
yeah, these fixtures are tight, bro.
Yeah, so like literally for the next 2 weeks, Arsenal play every 3 to 4 days on
Yeah,
average.
like you're playing Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in 2 weeks you're playing 4 games.
So I don't know. Yeah, I think this is the one that's most likely to end in a draw
Now, I
because I
think
think
Villa. I think we'll have a draw against Villa next game
no,
week.
I think they need to beat Villa. It'll be I think from an Arsenal standpoint, they need to focus. They were going to focus more on beating Villa than drawing to Villa.
All I know is that game week, Unai Emery, he better come back with that toxic X energy that I know and love. That's all I'm hoping
You're
for.
the weirdest United fan on the planet, dog. Because you're
No,
literally hoping City or Liverpool beat you out for another title. And to
no, no, no.
continue this rhetoric,
No.
it'll continue this rhetoric of actually City is the most successful club in this era. In this not
No,
era,
Sid.
in this in Prem, in the history of the league.
Premier League. No, Sid, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just a fan of chaos. And I like toxicity. I just want Aston Villa to beat you. I don't care. Like, trust me, when you play City, I support your hustle. But to go on the tip
But
this
that's
whole
not gonna
story,
help. That's not gonna help. The City fixture is not the fixture to target. It's the
no, no, no,
fixture.
don't worry. No, the Villa fix me. Don't worry. We are working on a group project. Just
No,
bring
you're
us
not.
Man
You're not
City and
working
the
on a
boys.
group project because
No, no, bring us City and the boys. We'll
what is
come
they?
through
What's it
again
gonna
for you,
happen?
Sid. Don't worry. Believe in us.
Ah,
That's what
bruh.
we'll do.
Ah, bruh.
But I just want to
Ah,
watch toxicity happen,
ah,
and
bruh.
I like seeing Unai Emery feeling like I'm not the problem here. I was not the problem here, even though he was. But I like his belief and faith that he wasn't. But
Yeah,
yeah, so yeah.
actually, as a group, as a total collective, put more pressure on Unai Emery to beat us. Exactly. Put more
Yes,
pressure. Yes, yes, yes.
yes,
Unai should beat us. With this
yes.
incredible form he's on, he should beat us.
Yeah. Like 10 wins, bro. 10 wins. Hey, that's firing. Okay, cool. Then we have Brentford, Bournemouth. I think this is going to be a 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw.
I think 2-1 win to Bournemouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Brentford have come right, and they were good. Henderson has been good for them. So then we have Burnley, Everton. This is where I predict Burnley's, I think, third or fourth win of the season. But I predict Burnley to win this game 2-0.
Interesting. That's very interesting because I don't know. Um, I think it's a draw.
Okay.
I think it's a draw. Burnley Everton
Yeah.
draw.
Now, Burnley have been like, Burnley need to win this because if you want to stay up
Yeah.
at home versus your relegation rivals, this is a relegation 6 pointer. So if Burnley want to take themselves seriously on staying up, like they're pretty close to staying up, they're still just slightly in the relegation zone. This is against a relegation-ish team.
No, I don't think Everton's a relegation team.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So
that's what you had them, but then,
yeah,
but
that's
yeah,
where I
Moyes
had
has
them.
got them.
That's where I had them. But it's not. It's not where they are right now. I think United are more of a relegation team than Everton will be.
Okay, sis. I don't need this blasphemy this morning or this evening. Liverpool versus Wolves. I think Liverpool win 3-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you keep going for the ones
I don't think they're going to be clean sheets this season. I'm being honest.
this
This
season
game
or
week,
this
I
week?
don't. This week, I don't think there's going to be a lot of clean sheets this game week. I think I've only
I
predicted.
think it's gonna be like a 3-2, to be honest.
Yeah, you see, because
Yeah, but I'm
Wolves.
not
One
going for
thing.
the ones. I'm not just going for the one. It's either I think it's either a clean sheet or someone actually scores goals. That's why I even
Uh,
went with the City game being 2-1.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna see a one just now in the next fixture. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, I think Liverpool are gonna. The one thing the new manager has done is he has um gotten Wolves to like look like they can score goals. Still
Mm.
can't defend for above. So,
Yeah.
but the new manager, it has got them attacking. So then that's why I think that they will score because Liverpool are still calamitous at the back. They have to rely on Tottenham going down to 9 men, and then and still Tottenham were fighting. They had a puncher's chance. They still had a puncher's chance. So I still don't believe in this defense. And this manager's got them at defending. This manager's got them attacking a little bit better, but Wolves are still going down. Everton, I mean West Ham versus Fulham. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw.
No, I think Fulham beat them 2-1.
Ooh, you don't believe? You
Mm-mm.
gotta believe, is it? Nuno hasn't experientoed you.
No, I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't because I think Fulham are a very decent team, and I
Yeah,
think
that's true.
when it comes to weaker teams, I just think they'll handle it quite well. Like anybody below like 15,
Yeah,
I think yeah, they because what Fulham are like 13th. So anyone
yeah.
below 15, I think Fulham are basically saying I think I would expect them to beat or
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I expect them to just not even in a relegation battle, but
no.
like nowhere near Europe. But nowhere near, yeah.
Yeah, I don't expect them to be anywhere near Europe, and I don't expect them to be anywhere near the relegation. It's a mid-table team, like what United was supposed to do this season.
That's true, Sid. That is true. Better than 15th. Yeah, that's all we aim for. Anything above 15 is progress. That's the dream. That is the dream. Aston Villa versus Chelsea. I think it's going to be 2-0 to Villa.
I hope it's 2-0 to Villa. I hope it's 2-0 to Villa
But
because
in Chelsea's defense, Casado is back. He served his injury after trying to break people's legs. Casado is back, so maybe that could change the game a little bit. But I watched that Chelsea game because I remember Reece James benching Reece James and being so excited when Chelsea went down in 4 minutes. This Chelsea team can't defend, so that's why I think Villa is going to score. And I'm yet to see from a Reece James wonder free kick, um, and then they just got a one counter. I don't think this team has showed yet that they're good attacking wise. So I think Villa will win 2-0. Yeah.
okay. I think I hope it's a 2-0 win to Villa, but I think it's more likely to get like a 2-2 draw.
Okay. Sunderland versus Leeds, the battle of promoted teams. Sunderland have probably been the best promoted team we've seen, probably like in like at least like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
They really showed resolute defense, and considering they lost, I think, 6 players to AFCON, they are still vibing. So I think it's not going to be a very big game, but but Leeds have scored some goals, or they play some really crap teams. So I think it's going to be just an easy 1-0. I think it's going to be a 1-0 to Sunderland.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Sunderland wins this. They're at home. It has a Sunderland win written all over it. Uh,
But this game, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea.
4-0. 4-0
To who, Sid?
to Crystal Palace. Because it'll be the most Tottenham thing on the planet. That Crystal Palace have gone and gotten slapped up by like 2 different teams, and then suddenly they play Tottenham at home.
And they find their form. And they find their
Exactly.
form. I will say this: Tottenham have no midfield, so like, well, no creative midfielder. Like they have Felinho and Bentancur, but that's a midfield that I think that Man United can beat. That's that's when you know your midfield not vibing. So I think Wharton and the boys will win. I think it's going to be a 2-1 though, to Crystal Palace, and then Richarlison just score his normal nonsense goal that means nothing, but he'll still just score the goal for. No, that's all Richarlison does. Is when you need him in a game to win, nothing can happen. But when you're down and nothing's wrong, all of a sudden, man is in the box, taking his shirt off, sliding. So I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be 2-1 to Palace. But
I think it's gonna be 4-0 to Palace.
yeah, no. Okay. So then, Sid, as a for captaincy, any captaincy for captaincy, I would say it's between Ekitike and Haaland for me. Um, I think those are the two best captaincy options going into this game week. I personally am leaning
I would go as
towards.
an outside chance to Foden.
Ooh,
There's an outside chance.
okay,
It looks like it's more of a Foden game.
okay, okay,
Because if they do win,
okay.
I think it'll be because of Foden that they win.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
don't think
that's true.
if they win,
Yeah, I don't think Holland. I think Holland will get marked up. Holland doesn't do well, like when he plays against Saliba and Gabriel and stuff. When Holland has two like center backs that can actually like match his physicality, he does struggle to find space. So that's also why I would. Now that's also why I predicted, the 1-1 draw. So I agree that I think that Foden could be a better option of his trickery and his set piece maybe could really change the game. But yeah, I'm still going for Ekitike. But yeah, I think that this is a game week to go against Holland. Is what I is one. It's very few of those game weeks that come along in a while, and I think maybe if Pep is like trying to be a smart, clairvoyant person, he might this might be a game where he starts Mamush instead
yeah.
because that's gonna be harder for that'll be harder. Oh wait, no, he's at AFCON. Never mind.
Oh yeah, true. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, never mind.
True. Yeah.
But it would have been a game for him to start Mamush instead. But yeah, so remember, guys, there is, like Sid said, we're going to be having 3 game weeks in 10 days over the next festival period. So don't forget your transfers. Don't miss deadlines because this is the time where you can really, really catch game week rank because this is the time where people will be drinking and being drunk and eating with their families and you can be focused on the one thing and this is where you can truly make like strides in FPL and this is where we can make our push to the top 100K where we're
I
aiming
don't know
for.
if you're gonna get to the top 100K because it's normally around the 500K that takes it very seriously at this time of the year.
Okay, Sid,
So
I'm Sid, this is the hopes and dreams. Sid, this is the hopes and dreams podcast. If you're listening to me and listening to you,
I think
wonders.
your push for a top 100K will come from the new set of chips coming out and you using them correctly. I don't think this is the time.
I think this is the time for Tibs. So this is the time for Tibs. Captaining Ekitike. This is the game week. Bringing in Gordon. No one's really going for Gordon right now. Then looking at Bowen or Voltamada. No one's really looking at those men right now. So these are the times where I can show greatness.
Yeah,
As the Knicks
for me, I know what I'm doing. I'm taking a very conservative approach for the next few game weeks till I have my chips, and my chips are what's gonna make the biggest difference. My chip strategy for the next half of the season is what's gonna
oh,
really
that's
catapult, because once you get past the million, it becomes rough, dog. One
hey,
point,
bro, it's tough up here, bro.
yeah, you can get above the average every game week, but you can still be getting red
Still
arrows.
get a red arrow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you won't have like if you won't have like a Man City defender and everyone has a Man City defender and then you just go like it's impossible like you said of Semenyo, like not having him, you go down in rank so much
yeah.
if he does anything. So yeah, no, that's fair. That's good. So hope you guys have really enjoyed listening to our episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, follow us on all of our social media. Yeah, you guys are a really cool audience. Thank you guys for listening to us. My name is Sims from the FBL Diamond Dogs.
And my name's Sid,
And remember, we're number one in the field.
and number one in your hearts.
Oh.